everyone, you're welcome to today's show reviewed with DiDi, and of course I'm your host DiDi, and today we have a very beautiful guest in the studio with us. Yes, we have a first lady in the studio and she does something very unique and beautiful. Let's meet her. You're welcome, Bisiriyu Titilayo.
Thank you.
Please introduce yourself to us.
My name is Bisiriyu Titilayo.
You're welcome.
I'm the director of Lariyu Shoes. I'm also the founder of Lariyu Shoes Academy. So in Lariyu, we make all kinds of handmade shoes that are of good quality and reasonable pricing.
That's a really good one. And for the first time, yes, we have someone that makes shoes, away from all the music and the art. This is something beautiful. So tell us, what inspired you to start this particular line?
Okay, to change people's perspective on how they see handmade shoes, and also to come up with design that would help resolve health issues globally. So before I dive into shoemaking, I sell ready-made shoes.
Okay.
So then I was working, I work from 9 to 5. I
Yeah.
love business right from time.
Yeah.
I'm that kind of person that love to sell. So then I sell ready-made shoes and bags.
On the side.
Yes. So not until that day when a friend reached out to me. He happens to be my secondary school friend. He makes shoes too. So he reached out to me, was like, Alayo, I noticed you sell ready-made shoes.
Yeah.
So is there a way you can
Make-
sell handmade shoes alongside with it? I said, okay, if that is the case, let me see your product. So he brought the product to my house. So when I saw the product, I noticed something. The material is of good quality. The finishing is good, but it is not perfect. So which means if we have good machineries, we should be able to compete with what they are doing out there.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, if that is the case, I would, sell the
Handmade.
product. Yes, the handmade. So anytime I upload on my WhatsApp status, I upload the handmade shoes and, the
ready-made.
ready-made shoes. Not until I noticed that people started,
Going for the handmade.
no, they didn't ask for the handmade. They stopped buying from me. Yes, because they were now having the mindset of, oh, I think she is now selling handmade. She will upload ready-made shoes and start selling handmade to us since she can do. So at that point, I was now beginning to like, handmade shoes. Not until when I made research about someone I call my role model. She happens to be the most richest female shoemaker in the world, in Africa. Yes, in Africa. She's from Ethiopia. Her name is Tilawu, Bethlehem. So when I went through her biography, I noticed that she makes shoes from tires and recycling. I saw her product at Eco Hotel. So when I saw her product at Eco Hotel, I never knew she was the one that made. One thing, for every shoe you put on or you see people put on, they speak their own statements. For our own shoe, the statement our own shoe speaks was that it will stand the test of time. Your great-grandchildren will wear it. Hope you understand. So when I saw the product is not the product is not even nice at all. So I was like, if a lady can come up with this idea of making shoes for from tires and recycling,
yeah.
what exactly can I do as a lady? So I asked, I said, people in Nigeria, like, do we have anybody that is well known globally
For making ladies shoes. You're making shoes.
from Nigeria? They said no. They mentioned somebody, Titilayo. Titilayo makes shoes. Hope you understand. He makes shoes from leathers. So I was like, okay, if Titilayo, they now said something in some African country. That was what they mentioned, in some African country. So they mentioned another lady. They mentioned Dina. Dina, she's not from Nigeria. Hope you understand.
Yes.
So Dina and one other person. Dina makes shoes from batik. And the other person too, they mentioned her name.
So what do you make your shoes from?
Okay, so leather craft. So, but my own aim is to, I said, as I mentioned earlier, to produce my own kind of insole that would help resolve health issues globally, making use of our own natural resources.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that, health issues, because I know some people have maybe arthritis or some other condition, they may require special needs. So what are the products that you have or that you have in mind, to help alleviate those health issues? What kinds of shoes?
Okay, so I said, make use of our own natural resources.
Yes.
So we are get together, but there's something I do.
Okay.
Hope you understand. For every shoe, my shoe, like the shoe I produce, speaks comfort. you wear my shoe, you don't have to feel any kind of,
Pain.
leg pain or leg
So that
ache.
is your own
Yes,
statement.
that's my own statement. Yes. So we are yet to get to that stage where we can, produce something like that. But now that I'm still coming up, so I tend to,
So that's a plan we're
build.
looking forward to. That the name Lavinia Shoes is synonymous with comfortable footwear.
Yes, yes.
That's really beautiful. So how has the journey been so far? I believe there is more acceptance of handmade shoes in the country now.
Yes, now.
So how has it been? And then for you as a manufacturer, what are the challenges that you have faced so far?
Mm, the challenges are, good machineries. Hope you understand. We don't have it. We make use of our hands,
Oh,
when it comes to the finishing. Light as well. Hope you understand.
I understand.
Light as well
Yes.
can be, challenging.
Mm.
And another thing is the price. They tend to price us low. Hope you understand. So that's just it.
So what do you think can be that is for the things that are within your capacity to do can be done to make your process more efficient and then it's more acceptable to make them, they will see your show and they will want to price. Yes.
Okay, so now the thing is, I have this mindset of, there's a difference between you speaking people's language and speaking it well. So I've been I've been trying my best to want to speak people's language well
Mm.
by making sure I go the extra mile to source for quality hides and leather sole. So I make sure my finishing is
It's
okay.
excellent.
Yeah.
I learned something recently actually that the leather, or as you call it in your term, the hide that they used to call Italian leather is actually from Nigeria, yeah.
Yes, it
And
is.
but then because they realized they could no longer use that name, they now call it genuine leather. I watched a video recently. It was an expose. Someone was speaking about leather. So I'm bringing this up, based on sourcing materials, quality materials, how available, and then price wise, because I know it also can also be very expensive. How available is it for you as a manufacturer?
It is. We have Mushi. Mushi is there. You can go get your. Yes,
Quality
we have
material at good
quality material.
price.
Yes, we have them. You can just go to Mushi.
I've
So
been to Mushi.
it's left for you to choose whether you
Yes,
want to buy synthetic or you
or
want to buy
yes, genuine
genuine
leather.
leather. So it is there in Mushi. And if you now want to go the extra mile, that okay, I want to buy in bulk, then you can go to Can.
And then I'm asking these things because you mentioned you have a shoe academy, and
Okay.
I did a little a little research on what you do, and it's really beautiful, and I really love for you to share it with our viewers. Tell us about what Larry Shoes Academy does, who they are, what your vision is, and how we can be a part of it. Very importantly,
Okay.
yes.
In Larisho Academy, like we go to public schools, to train them for free on how they can, amend their shoes.
Okay,
We also teach them the basics of shoemaking. So after the training, we distribute shoemaking tools for them.
that's
So
beautiful.
the reason why it happens like that was because of what we observed in past times, that some students can't afford to get a pair of shoes to
Yes.
school. So I volunteered
Mm.
because at some point in my life too, after the demise of my dad, while
Oh,
growing
my
up, it was
condolences.
very hard.
Yeah,
Hope you understand. I attended from my SS1 to SS3 was in
public.
public schools, so I could fail. So that day, what happened was that what made me go the extra mile to get the approval from the Lagos State
State
government,
government.
yes,
Yes.
was because that day I went there, I had mindset to go to my own school to go train them, if you understand, for free.
Yes.
So not until when the first school I went to,
Mm.
I went to see the principal, but the principal was not around. That was how a student walked up to me. He was not wearing anything. He was just on barefoot. So he walked up to me and was like, Auntie, give me 200 naira. Where is your sandal? He said, I no get sandal. I wore slippers to school
They've
and they
seized it
seized it. So I felt bad. I'm still coming up. I can't, make shoes
for
for all
everyone.
of them.
Yet.
Hope you
Yeah.
understand. So the only thing I can do is to, train them. Hope you understand. So that's just it. The previous, I think the last training we did, we trained close to 1,000 students from GS1 to
That's quite
GS3.
a huge feat.
Yes, and we
Thank you so much for what
distributed.
you are doing.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So this is now us calling on our viewers. This is you giving back to the society, and then I'm sure you'd love for other people to join you.
Yes,
To sponsor
definitely.
the work, and then to also now have a continuous program, right? Beyond that, how long does the training last in the schools?
Okay, 3 days.
3 days. So now
Yes,
do you have plans for people that may want to do training for maybe 3 months, 6 months,
yes,
maybe
we
for a
do.
summer a summer
Yeah,
coaching period? You have those plans.
yes, we do.
So
Yes, we do.
will you be doing that within the school facility or
Okay, so now we are yet to, the one we'll be coming up with will be an like an online training where
okay?
we'll be training them, but later we plan on doing that.
Will it be effective for you to do this true training online?
Yes, yes, we
They'll be
can.
able to learn.
Yes, they will.
That's because I really love for all our viewers to join you. If they can't join you physically in volunteering, of course they can join you through sponsorship. you
Mm.
know and then you would have more mentees that you have raised. you know in, doesn't sound I mean it does sound like a good idea, right?
Yes, it is.
So would what are your projections for your brand and then your academy?
So for Larry Issues Academy, we want to have, since we are starting by, going to public school, training them for free.
Yes.
So we want to have like an academy where we can train, you know, students for free on how they can make shoes by themselves. Because there's something I noticed from my role model.
Okay.
She employed those people that their legs are amputated,
Mm.
to make shoes, and they were able to, supply their shoes globally. For a shoe to be here in Nigeria, you should know what it means.
Yeah.
So that is how we want our own academy to, look like, to also help as a source of employment,
Yes.
To people. And for Lariu shoes, we want Lariu shoes, to be known globally, if you understand. So there won't be anything like having to look down on products that are made here in Nigeria. We
Yes.
want it to compete with global
Standard.
brands.
Yes.
Yes. So that's just it.
So on that same line, what do you have to say to our viewers that feel okay, handmade, made in Nigeria? I don't want to, people that have that kind of perspective of handmade or made in Nigeria products in general. What do you have to say to them,
Hmm.
to show them this great light?
Okay. So one thing I would say is that
Yeah.
Nigeria is your country. You need to be proud.
Yes.
You need to be proud of your product. To be honest, we need to be proud of the products we have here in Nigeria. The only thing we can do is to support ourselves, by wearing products that are made
Made
here
in
in
Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Yes.
So I think
That's really the simple message because a lot of just as you see in virtually every industry, a lot of things are coming out from these parts, going to the ends of the earth. So in the same line, shoes, bags, jewelry, almost everything you can name. We have people that are doing it here and doing it excellently. So make sure you check out Laveyu Shoes and get your next shoes. We look forward to seeing many more of your products and a greater expansion. Yes, even on that line, beyond the current set of products that you have, you've mentioned the ones for supporting people's health needs.
yeah,
What other line of products do you plan to expand into? Is it also
it's just to,
beyond shoes?
yeah,
Or you don't want to tell us yet? Should we just be anticipating?
like I said earlier,
Mm-hmm.
I have passion for what I do, so it is beyond shoemaking for me. I mentioned Titilayo that he makes shoes from, leather.
Yes.
I make shoes as well, but mine is into, like,
Okay. We
yes,
don't know what that means, please. I
okay,
don't know what that means. Please explain.
okay,
Yes.
shoe pad.
Okay.
So having to make use of our own natural resources,
Okay.
to produce the shoe pad. Hope you understand.
Yes, I understand
So
now.
that would, help resolve, you see, leg ache, back ache, body pain, and all of that. So 99.9% of people tend to have backache, most especially when you go to the bank. You see them using
Yes.
throw pillow. So I think, if we can come up with something like that, we have,
Mm.
natural resources here in Nigeria that we can use. So
So I think this is where you should now call on the government to. I mean,
please,
if you're talking natural resources, you may need that kind of, link, right? So outside of business, who is Titilayo?
hey,
Mm,
Titilayo, Titilayo love food.
interesting. Hope Titilayo can
uh,
cook the food too.
yeah, I'm a good cook actually,
That's beautiful.
and Titilayo can be playful and serious at the same time. Mm, can be serious, playful, and I'm that kind of person that that is a go-getter. Yeah, I tend to go the extra mile for things I want to achieve. Hope you understand. I could remember during my research about my product. mm, I tend to go to Badagry, all the way from Apapa to Badagry. I
Wow,
didn't know anybody because I want to, make
that's
research about
daring.
the yes. So I'm that kind of person. Despite the fact that I was scammed during the
It
process.
happens a lot.
So I'm a risk taker too. So
It's very
and I
important
love
as
food.
an.
That food part.
So how has your brand or your platform now now speaking of the platform that you have with the schools, how has it helped with preaching? Preaching the gospel.
Hmm. Okay, there's something I do. You see on my paper bag, it is boldly written. The scripture, the Bible verse is boldly written. You will know. There's no way you see my paper bag and not know that I'm a Christian. So I don't hide it.
I'm going to ask another question. When was the last time you went on evangelism?
Ah,
Hmm. You, Titilayo, stepped out of your
okay.
house and you went for soul winning
Today is what? Today is
Friday.
Friday. That was upper this thing, Sunday. Yes, I spoke to one Awusa. She's a Muslim actually. So I asked her to come to my church, but she's yet to come.
That was church invitation, though. When was the last
So,
time you led someone to Christ now?
ha,
Mm,
God, oh,
mm,
the last time.
mm.
Hmm.
Dramatic pause.
The thing is that you know, I talk to people and I preach as well, but I don't know. Maybe
I'm
some
going
of
to make this a compulsory question for all our guests. Okay, so we're looking forward to Titilayo that is going to be preaching the gospel more, especially to those students. So you have,
yeah,
there are so many
yeah,
materials because as you are giving them that beautiful skill set, in shoemaking, there are a lot of things that, especially as you are in that setting, I'm sure you'd have observed that they're exposed to a whole lot of negative influences in young children these days. So that's like the prime age to catch them and then bring them to know the message of Christ. So even if you may not, yes, bring them into your church and all that, but then even with materials, devotionals, there are devotionals for teenagers, the TiVo, for example, you can gift them, and then within themselves, they can have, communities, clubs in their school where they study this material themselves, because that would even make your message sink deeper, and then it will make them want to share the same knowledge that they have with their friends and with their parents too. And then we'll have more, people in your academy that are doing the work and then helping the work. I believe I've shared something important. All right, so we have had a wonderful time on today's episode of Revealed with DiDi, and I really enjoyed our conversation with Larry. And of course, we would love you to check out our products. So please share with us your, your business handles where we can find your products
Okay.
and shop from you. We would love to see it.
Okay. So on IG, reissues, reissues,
Please spell it, so they can.
RIYU underscore SHOES shoes.
So that's reuse underscore shoes on
Yeah.
Instagram.
I'm
You
also
know,
on LinkedIn too.
on what?
LinkedIn.
Okay, yes, you can
Yeah.
share.
So Bisiriyu Titilayo. Bisiriyu Titilayo. Titilayo.
Of course, we'll put our links in the caption so you can check out our work and purchase our made in Nigeria products. Go for made in Nigeria as you're shopping. We have a reliable vendor right here. No, this is a no scam zone. This is a no what I order versus what I got zone. She will deliver excellently, and I trust that she will. So check out our products on Instagram, and then of course a big thank you to our host here at Culture Yard, number 2 Biaba Johnson Crescent. It's like the most beautiful venue you can use for your meetings, your outings, your fellowships. We'd love to see you in our next interview. Drop your comments and your thoughts. Bye.